Here is my EN 4026 poster, which focuses on the key components of an IEP. I focus on the IEP process, the strategies, personnel and resources needed to implement a successful IEP program. I have incorporated QR codes to YouTube videos and Padlets, codes to Spotify podcasts, and a range of text and images to support you when learning about the IEP process. So to start, what is an IEP? An IEP is an individual education plan. An individual education plan is a written document prepared for a named student which specifies the learning goals that are to be achieved by the student over a set period of time and the teaching strategies, resources, and supports necessary to achieve those goals. Two words that I found are key to an IEP are specific and collaborative. An IEP should implement the specific goals of the learner and cater for the specific needs, resources, and personnel of the individual. It is a collaborative process with many personnel needed to ensure the successful implementation of the plan. The key components of an IEP are a learner's strengths and needs, a learner's current level of performance, a learner's priority learning needs, SMART targets, strategies to be used, including any assistive technologies needed, resources and personnel involved, evaluation plans, implementation of the plan, and the date of review of the IEP. On the top left corner of the poster, you will see the age-old equality versus equity debate, but this would not be a debate if we brought the word accessibility. We need to break down barriers and make education accessible for everybody, and an IEP helps to do this. When planning an IEP, you must look at the strengths and needs of your student. To do this, a current level of performance is considered. A formal assessment is carried out to establish a baseline level, and goals are set based on these strengths and needs at the current level. There are five broad categories of SEN: physical and sensory, intellectual or general learning disability, specific learning disability, autism spectrum disorder, and mental health difficulties. Below these, there is a QR code to a Padlet, which delves deeper into these categories, giving examples and showing videos and support on offer to students with SEN. The Mentimeter word scramble also shows what students think when asked about SEN. I have also posted a link to my experience with an inclusive basketball team in my hometown. It was an unforgettable, rewarding, amazing experience where I got to coach young people with disabilities and watch them grow and learn both as basketballers and as people. It was one of my favourite experiences and one which I could take into when I am considering when forming an IEP. In the top right corner, we see SMART goals or targets. We see that the goals must be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Goal setting is a huge part of any plan, and they must be specific to the learner's needs. The learner must be involved in the goal-setting process. I have linked a video of Shelley Moore challenging and changing the SMART goals. She believes focus should be on strengths and possibilities, and you shouldn't presume competence, and people communicate this in different ways. In the middle section of the poster, I discuss personnel and resources, implementation, strategies, and evaluation, which are all key components of an individual education plan. On the left, we see the students' team required to carry out an IEP, and the QR code explains who is involved and why. You also see the STEP acronym, which is important to consider when setting up your environment and resources. Strategies are needed to support students and help them achieve their goals. Teacher planning is crucial, and supplying students with adaptive equipment and assistive technology will help improve their experience. On the right-hand side, we see the implementation of the plan. From referral to assessment to writing the IEP to reviewing the IEP, each step of the plan is crucial in its success. Finally, we discuss the evaluation process. The key here is that assessment should be mostly informal, and students should not be put under pressure, as often it is their communication skills, social skills, and self-management skills that are of most importance. Finally, acronyms are a huge and challenging part of inclusion and SEN, and tables like this will help to keep on top of these. The 3 Spotify links on the right delve into issues, challenges, etc. when implementing an individual education plan. Open Spotify, scan the code, and listen to some good outside sources discussing the plans. And finally, I finish with some quotes to think about when implementing IEPs, or when teaching in general. Henry Giroux said that education is not a neutral space. But why is this the case? And if a child can't learn the way we teach, maybe we should teach the way they learn. These two quotes get the brain thinking, and you begin to focus on inclusion when teaching.